Heard somewhere.
Don't figure no reason after that. Just go
We're
there.
from Lockheed Martin,
Why are they asking?
because we're,
Are you sure?
They all think so. Hopefully they can hear. Okay, I think we're all set.
Good?
Yeah.
Really weird picture.
It's because this moves around as you talk, supposedly.
Huh.
I don't know. The other one is broken, so
I
we're
like
using this one for now. So
This is great.
it's supposed to move.
Goes like front center there.
I don't know why it's not working.
Who's the old guy who was right here?
Some popular guy. Crazy.
Yes, you mean.
All right, we're good?
It's all good.
All right. Sorry for our delay for everybody that's out there. Welcome. I'm going to call the Tioga County IDA's regular monthly meeting for December 2025 to order. And I will run through a quick roll call. I am here, John Ward, Brendy Van.
Here.
Marty Sauerbrei, yes. Hughes, Tracy.
Here.
Eric.
Here.
Kevin Dillon.
Here.
Barbara.
Here.
We got a handful of guests in person here. We have Joe Mayer, Casey Overton, Brittany McBurn, and then we have a handful joining us remotely here. Is everybody on the call from Lockheed Martin that's not Megan?
Yes.
Yes, okay. All right. Privilege of the floor. I don't know of anyone, but if anyone from Lockheed Martin wants it, you're welcome to speak. Not we'll move forward. Silence is deafening. Yeah. Next item on the agenda, approval of minutes from our regular November meeting. Anybody have any comments on those?
I move for approval of the minutes as presented.
Second. And Eric, thank you. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Financial. Had a chance to look those over. I don't know if anybody else had a comment. I will say just generally, thank you to Britt and her team for all the work they've been done. I think that was one of the easier sets of financials to review based on all the changes that have been done over time. So we're definitely heading in the right direction there.
I agree.
Happy to discuss anything. If not, I will look for a motion to acknowledge the financial statements as submitted. Second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Moving on to new business. RJ Corman. RJ Corman had a rep in town today. He came, chatted with us this morning. I guess the only really notable item of the rep right now is the fire that folks might have seen in the news at Upstate Shred is going to impact rail line activity for the future. March. Yeah, I mean, it's up in the air, but I mean, that was certainly within the time frame.
That's why we're piling iron.
Probably.
And he's still taking it, but wow. A lot of people depending on that paycheck right there. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Did the, so the actual rail line itself was impacted?
I don't think so. I think it's just the shredder itself, so there's no.
So there's not gonna
Nothing
be
to ship. Nothing to ship. He's storing stuff everywhere over there. I think he's renting space from the steel place.
Yeah, beyond it, north of it, and the pile's getting big.
Yeah. Well, think what it's gonna be by March,
Yeah, right.
because he's gonna keep powering it.
Again, from an IDA impact standpoint, obviously that'll have some impact over the next handful of months. You know, we had a little discussion about forecasts for next year. I mean, all indications are as soon as they can get up and running, and I'm sure they're moving as fast a pace as they can, they'll get back to what they've been doing, which has been pretty healthy and looking decent for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, gonna have a little hiccup in the short term.
Yep.
If you wanted to add anything, really?
Just because you guys took a bow with railroad last time.
All
Yeah, you guys had it all straightened out.
You did good, everybody?
Good to get a railroad education. I sure as heck don't have any background. All right. Item B. Lockheed Martin. So, as folks here know, we've taken applications from Lockheed. We've got through public hearing, which was last week. I believe it was in the transcript as for Joe's comment. It was pretty underwhelming. There was no one outside of, media and Lockheed reps that were there. I think the biggest challenge for this, for us anyways, has been in putting the cost benefit analysis together. If you could make the determination that really what we're looking at is somewhat of an extension of what's been in place for the last 20 years. They are certainly looking at a sizable project over there. The challenge becomes, you know, what does that future assessment truly look like? And unfortunately, we got, I think, a complete lack of help out of our local assessor. And so that left us to completely try to come up with some assumptions as to what that may look like. The cost benefit analysis that's been posted for the world to see, I think, is extremely conservative. It basically doubles the assessment on the property. I do not think that is what will happen. But that cost benefit analysis, even with that extremely conservative perspective, still shows a good state and local benefit percentage. So, you know, folks had.
This is just a single tax.
No, this is gonna be both. So, but again, keep in mind, they have a sunsetting pilot next year that will in essence continue forward, but this is a new application, so that one will sunset and this one, provided we approve it, will take its place. Looking at adding up to 100 new jobs over the next handful of years. So obviously, substantially beneficial for the county, not something that we see a lot of, so I think that's obviously a welcome addition to the employment pool in the area.
And are the folks at Lockheed okay with this? Okay. They're happy with
Yeah,
that?
and in fact, I provided the resolution with these, all that to their.
All good, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I pushed back a little bit on Britt's team just being a pain in the butt and had them redo CBA, based on some different tweaks. I mean, again, no matter what you do, you can't make it any, I literally don't think you can make it any more conservative than we already have here. If the local assessor was truly to assess this property to the extent that the CBA shows, that 30-acre parcel would be higher assessed than the whole entire 162-acre campus that has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of square feet, multiple buildings on it. I just have a hard time thinking that's really what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my question.
I don't think there's any
They're not
legal,
re-
there's
they're
no
not
legal
required
obligation.
to
They don't have to.
Provide estimated assessments, and generally they do. It's not very common for assessors to push back on it, but he's taking the stance that he's not comfortable estimating it. So what we did is, I know you guys have seen this in the packet, but this is the new tool that we're using for MRB group to do the cost benefit analysis. And they were really kind of, MRB group that does a lot of these evaluations for IDAs. So they were really kind enough to kind of jump in and help us come up with an estimated number. And they said their recommendation was just to go worst case scenario, which is take the current assessment plus the improvements minus the equipment and soft costs. And I think the assessment was 52 million. That's going to, like John said, it's very extreme. very unlikely to happen, but even with that, it still shows the 2-to-1, benefit cost ratio. If we do the same thing with sales tax, a lot of the equipment and home purchase is gonna be, a lot of it will be, tax exempt anyways, because it's already tax exempt under New York state law. But we just show the worst case scenario for her to give the full tax exemption benefit, so in both cases, we just were conservative and estimated higher. But just so you guys, our estimated assessment here has nothing to do with what the town assessor will decide.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's totally set, help you guys make a determination that, you know, what the pilot is more the benefit to the company or to the community.
In both cases that were 5-to-1, state benefit the cost. The conservative was 2-to-1 local, the adjusted was 3-to-1 local. I think what stands out to me, again, somebody that deals with construction projects, I mean, you're not talking about any additional square footage.
Yeah.
No additional square footage, this is a renovation of the existing.
But you also like to use a lot of local companies for the construction work as well, and where they can purchase materials locally. Well, some of it's obviously things they can't buy local, so.
I'm good.
Joe put together a solution for it, anyway,
Are we gonna hear from the school district?
You and I will.
We met, Megan and I met with, Bob Farrell this week and went over it with him and, no, there was no objection.
Well, he'll be retired in 20 years, he don't care.
We share it with you.
you're never. Well, I might even be able to think about it like that.
So, they need from us,
Well,
try to approve this?
We gotta go through this resolution, right, Joe?
You don't have to read.
We don't have to read it, but we gotta vote on it individually, correct?
Yeah.
We do
A roll call.
Yeah,
So you need a motion first, right?
yeah, I mean, I'm open to any further discussion on it. Like I said, public hearing went pretty smooth.
I make a motion that we approve this resolution.
I second it.
Any further discussion, or you wanna go through the vote? All right. Evan Gillette,
Yes.
Eric Knoll,
Yes.
Brenda Evan.
Yes.
Tracy Manell,
Yes.
Barbara Case.
Yes.
I'm a yes. And then Marty is absent.
Unanimous.
Unanimous, carry. We can move on to the next step. We'll work with Joe to. In our packet, there is a drafted annual report. Thank you for starting off.
This one's different than the one we originally sent you. John provided
Okay.
his statement, so we added that in there. And then we added some new pictures and a couple sentences.
For all the world to see, where it's still in court.
Very nice.
I had a picture.
Looks good. Appreciate the effort.
Appreciate that. Getting into final review of everything season, and part of that is our board evaluations that we need to do. Those come to the mayor though.
Casey sent him an email, there's a link, you have to click on it, fill them out.
When did you send that?
You sent it with the agenda.
Yeah, I don't know what date that was.
That was Monday. I did not see that in there, so I'll jump in there myself. So for everybody to do. That's part of what we have to
Yeah, these are all ABO requirements, so you guys will fill them out, they're anonymous, you return them to Casey, we'll summarize them, and we'll have them for the annual meeting for you guys to review. And then you have to approve them and then it's done.
And I think you can just do them like online too. I don't think you just want to send them to me that way. You don't have to print them out or anything.
You don't want 50 copies of these things? That's
That
what you're saying.
works too. I can send out a reminder email too.
I found it was in there.
What page is that? Cause I can't find it.
No, it's not in there, it's in the email she sent. It was an email from Monday.
Surgeon Casey.
If you guys prefer
Oh,
paper
okay, you
copies,
gotta
we
find
can
it here.
print them real quick.
Yeah, whatever is best for you guys. If you want me to print them, I can print them.
This is
I don't know if
that
you want a
ABO
printed
thing.
one. You're looking at me, Kevin.
Can't they just duplicate what I said last time?
I think that's okay. Southside Drive property discussion.
But people are still on there.
You guys.
Back after that, storm guy.
Oh, we gotta approve that?
Yeah, just we can
Oh,
add it, sorry,
All
or
right.
post it, sorry.
What do you do approve?
Chairman Air over here. We are going to look for a motion to approve our annual report for 2025.
Make that motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed.
There you go.
Go.
Good job, Brittany. Keep them straight. It's a tough job.
Yeah. Property discussion. Just for the water thing.
East side for the portal.
This is the easement?
No, it's
Different.
close though. Within a golf club's distance. You wanna-
Yeah, so, I'm sure you guys have seen the tractor supply that's going up on the Porto Bagel property, so Vinny Porto is potentially interested in doing some more development on his sites adjacent to that. And, part of his land is split between the town and the village and the building that he's looking to do, like warehousing office space, it can't sit on the
Who was this?
Vinny Porto.
Okay.
He owns the land adjacent to what's left of what we own over by Legal Gardens.
Okay, all right.
So, the building can't be situated between the town and the village, and so he might need additional land to shift it into just the village, which our site is right next to it, is the east site. So we gave him the wetland delineation report, because we really can't do much else with that. His engineers are looking at it, and they're gonna walk the property. We just have to get back to him with the most recent survey, which we're trying to track down. Guessing Fagan has a copy of it, and then, yeah, they're just gonna see what they can do to do the design a little differently to shift the building fully within the village, so we just wanted to see if the board was open to selling that land potentially.
I was open to it the last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I recall, when we had the last wetland board, there wasn't a whole lot there that we could do independently with what we
No.
have left.
It's actually probably best case scenario with the adjacent property. Yeah, I think straw poll, I don't know. It's like,
How big the parcel? I think what's left over there.
Not much.
I don't think there's a lot, isn't it? It's behind the Legal Gardens, one basic.
It's, yeah, it's
And
like.
isn't it
in between
swamp?
the Weaver Gardens.
It's very wet, there's a high percentage of wet.
So how's he gonna do that with the swampland?
So,
he's got his engineers walking it to see if they think they can.
So we
He
sold
just
the,
gotta replace it.
not like a part of what we own, or?
I think that would be preferable,
Yeah,
just to
yeah.
sell it instead of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's much left there.
Well, I'm okay with it. If somebody wants to buy some land, it's worthless, to
Yeah.
let's sell it. Joe, what do you think?
It makes,
He's already started
makes
working on it.
worthless land really not so worthless,
Yeah.
because you
Now you
gotta,
gotta-
whatever he removes as far as wetland, he's gotta replace somehow.
And
So
it's
you
very
situate
expensive.
building across in the village, and you put the parking lot over in the town. You know, I think
Replace wetland, though, it's like, wow, expensive.
Yeah.
$90,000 an acre or something like that. Yep. Okay, so what do we need to do?
I just wanted to just double check with you guys if you were good with it, and, Joe said, that I asked if we needed to have them sign anything to walk the property. Jeff said we're good, so.
It's wet, if they fall down, no one's gonna get.
What property?
They disappear because they sunk in.
The only
Sorry.
question I would have is,
20-page document. So,
now, if you, without knowing exactly how this all sets, what they're looking to build, what's that do to the backyard of Owego Gardens One? You know, is that gonna create a,
Well, they're in the
Any kind of
village
issue with
now,
the-
so the village obviously probably has some zoning, right?
Yeah, it's.
yeah, I'm sure of that, but, you know, we spent the last 20 years of our lives getting that apartment built over there. Maybe it just feels like 20.
This is where the,
Tractor Supply is.
right there.
I'm just wondering how, whatever they're looking to build, how that affects the backyard of that current residence. Yes, there you go. I was looking for that word.
As long as they don't have to have us build another water tower, we'll be okay with it.
I'm good.
If we have to build another water tower, I'm gonna ask Aaron Gowan to come in and sit in on it.
So theoretically, we're good, but obviously we wanna know details.
We gotta wait till they walk the property and say what they say.
So you can make back out of.
All right, no, it doesn't sound like there's any issue going forward with that, so.
Last item under new business is something that came up in, months ago, we had a move meeting. For 2026, anybody have thoughts on, I mean, Wednesdays still work. You wanna do 4, you wanna keep 4:30? Anybody have a big opinion?
It doesn't matter. Yeah,
Is anybody
I can
more better for people?
It only impacts me in soccer season in the fall. So again, as long as people are okay with either a potential like single meeting move or just
Yeah.
We gotta,
Mr. Gillette takes over for a meeting, I'm fine with
we're
that.
not interested in that.
I think we stayed right where we are. We have good attendance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're really good.
Yeah, good point.
I just figured before we go to any
The box now.
And we all got called on the carpet that one
Are
time.
we supposed to have another legislator?
I believe, I mean, obviously we need to we need
Yeah,
to
we
fill Marty's spot.
Her
Ron, we're gonna.
Or Ryan?
See it totally.
See if they'll-
We're gonna meet, no, we're gonna meet with Ron next week, but, Kathy and Marty had already drafted a resolution, so it's in motion.
good guy.
Yeah.
Sharp guy, you know, like with him a little bit of her things. You're joining the team, all right?
He's a good guy. He'll like
Say
it.
that now.
He's our committee chair right now too for EDP, so it's.
Right now, it's subject to change.
Okay, so just for the rest in this group, absent Tracy, that just means, again, there's a decent number of committees that legislators cannot sit on, that's all.
Right, and the question has come up in the past that should we not have that 2 legislators so that doesn't happen, but evidently we have to have 2 legislators.
I don't know that you have to, I know Leanne was the biggest proponent of not.
But I think there's something in the county rules and regulations that say we have to.
Our bylaws, when we.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was our bylaws or if it's something else, but I mean, regardless, I mean, we've had to, it doesn't,
Never been a problem.
no. It's only painful when we have major governance issues, which hopefully we won't have again for,
But we got Barb now, so we can put her on everything.
Very did last week.
last year. It'll get formal last year.
Carry it.
I'm not looking to repeat last year. This is a lot more efficient and more enjoyable. Alright, so we'll look to keep things the same meeting time. Moving into old business, Bowers account cleanup, feel free to jump in, Casey, Britt, but I believe they're getting close to being wrapped up, and like I said, just based on review of financials, it's made a very positive difference.
Mhm.
Tractor Supply, we've already talked about that.
You got water over there now?
I
Yeah, they got a big tank.
all of the documents, the easement and the, you know, there's this 30 by 30 square that the town wants, why they want that. They do
30 by 30 what? Feet?
feet at the head of the
They prefer to own their own infrastructure. They wanna own the land that the
This
infrastructure
isn't,
sits on.
this is Veolia.
That's, it's a town.
The town, actually, that wants, cause it's where wherever their infrastructure will sit after the water comes in from the Veolia.
Water has, that is where.
The hammerhead.
Yeah.
They don't wanna go and ask for permission to dig up their own stuff
Disturbance
if there's a
stuff.
problem.
Mhm.
Whatever the 30 by 30 is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's gonna be grass or sidewalk or
Yeah.
parking lot or something.
Yeah, it's right in the area of the, I think it's right around where the parking lot starts from the road. to the parking.
Yeah, so no value to anybody else.
No.
Yeah, I'm good with
Yeah,
that.
they just don't wanna ask for permission to dig.
Exactly.
It's just one more layer, you know, we'll be looking to sell that 30 by 30 and then approve the easement and get them going, I mean.
Let's move
This is
along.
keeping them from having water at Tractor Supply.
Yeah, I mean, they can't even put pipe in the ground and that building looks done.
Well, they said they were gonna put a water tank out front on a truck.
That's what I thought, that's what I heard.
We're not the holdup, though. I mean, we're.
No.
those
No,
are
we
it, but-
were, in fact, I started this stuff a couple of weeks ago and I phoned Luke. And, he didn't seem, there's no fire lit under him. But again, we don't know where.
That's
we
an old school way of saying it.
Right. We don't know where we sit in their process. We're not a big player in it, you know.
Okay.
But all the documents work, with the surveys are all in line and, you know, we've reviewed them all.
That was really good deflection right there, buddy.
Oh, you ain't kidding, man. It's a tough group, our,
Is there a resolution for that, or?
yeah, why don't we, I would recommend that you adopt a resolution authorizing the agency to grant an easement over the parcel situated immediately to the west of the Porto property and at the
Somebody writing this down?
head
I'm
of
trying.
the, give me a word for that cement thing.
The hammerhead.
The Hammerhead, granting a 30 by 30, interest by quitclaim deed to the town.
Make that motion.
Okay.
You're gonna be able to, I'll provide you with that.
Clean it up. Clean it up.
You said
You wanna talk later?
something-
I'm the second, he's
Okay.
first.
Take a peek at the survey, they want a 30 by 30 box in the right of way.
That's it.
There you go.
We're good.
We got a motion in a second.
All in favor?
This is been under the wetland.
Opposed? I think it's on the asphalt. I don't know if it's there on the asphalt or not.
It's not a problem.
I don't know, Waverly, we dig up asphalt every day.
Yeah, but, and then you put some down and the next day you dig it back up again. That's how you do it. We'll drive down Pocket Street.
That's what we roll.
They have torn that up 7,500 times.
But we roll.
Okay,
And keep it moving
I
slowly.
can't wait for this next one.
Well, the good thing is, Kevin, is I don't think there's anything. bad
Yeah,
there.
let me
Oh,
speak on that. This last month, I had to weigh the option of spending time on this Lockheed Martin thing. Or the Wonder Lease. And after great consideration, I decided to spend my time on this.
So you haven't done anything with the wonderful.
Right.
Okay, so that stays on till
As
next
no
month.
one has for the last 40 years.
You've been carrying that since I got here.
You're carrying it a lot longer than that.
I did
We've been
draft
carrying
him
that
a
problem
lease for him. I did draft you a lease and then you can just look it over.
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
Casey's drafting the leases?
I did draft a lease.
A whole lot cheaper than him.
Learn from this.
Prove it though. I
Trust
prove
me,
it,
he's
yeah, I
gonna
did.
have to read over it.
Oh.
Who's it?
That's under his purview.
You.
The only question on
Don't teach
that,
these guys a new word.
the only question on that is if anybody can accurately delineate what he actually is leasing over there.
That's
See, now there's
That's
another
part of
word
Casey's
we have to delineate. Delineate.
No,
We gotta delineate.
Maybe we should go over there and peruse that property.
There's a lot less what.
It is under our purview.
I don't know what the question is here, and why are we worried about it?
That one.
He wants to
You want-
use it,
No, you didn't want to pay his lease.
but just charge him and don't worry about it. If he's gonna pay it, the heck with it.
Updating the lease.
How much is
30 years old.
Well, we did charge him.
$50 a year.
No,
$3 a year.
Now, Joe, I don't wanna tell you what Joe is an hour, but it's gonna take us 10 years to get this thing.
I think for as long as I've been on this.
And rightly so.
Casey, you're still not getting anything.
Oh.
For as long as I've been on this board, there's always one of these at least a year,
Oh, right.
every year,
That's one of them.
sometimes two or
The
three.
gift that keeps on giving.
This takes the place of the situation where the guys were camping.
Well, you have campers, yep, you got the campers, and then you got the building on the railroad that we own, just the building.
Oh, yeah. And that could have grown.
Those givers. I mean, the givers were a major issue my first 3 years.
Is this a walk down memory lane or what is going on here? All I know is he's supposed to be at dinner in a few minutes and he ain't gonna get there.
Traumatized.
We could be.
That was very hard.
Very hard.
What happened to the beavers?
Flying out.
Oh, yeah.
Club soda and vodka, sounds good to me.
Back out if you go out the house property.
He lost control.
Pass on the.
You get control.
I completely lost
You
control.
certainly have.
All right, audit committee,
Just Waverly.
you figure out where I'm signing the engagement letter?
Yeah,
My
I
multiple
did.
people?
no, you were just signing for governance and they said it's okay that we don't have two signatures now, cause I told them we didn't have any staff.
I'm gonna sign an engagement letter so we can spend, like, $3,000.
I made a copy if anyone wants. to
I'll
look
second
at
that. What's next?
it. Okay.
Governance, Barbara did get my email. She's super excited to join us on, governance and finance. I think we'd be looking to pretty much keep the same slate. What we got now for officers and committee members, unless anybody's got a big opinion and wants some change.
I think Marty off railroad.
Marty's gonna have to get moved, more than likely, we'll just shift on and let this, sit on. With these,
The important thing is that I'm still on public relations, that's very important.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's mission
It's under
critical.
your purview.
Just to believe the
Yeah,
legal-
positive relations, right?
Barbara, you are more than welcome to join us. Next week, we've got a meeting on the 9th to chat about everything before our annual meeting. I think that's it.
Yeah, 10:00, 10:30.
I think it's 10.
Throw Barbara an invite just in case
Okay,
you're
that'd be
available,
great,
just in
yeah.
case you're available. Finance, nothing to update, although I think we do have to throw together a quick investment report. Your loan committee run into a little bit of a snafu because our account to full credit reports got purged from lack of use.
Ooh, we can turn more money around.
So what happened to the money that was in it?
They just bill us, send them a fee every year to supposedly keep that alive until it's not alive anymore.
It's like $60.
We have to start over again and it kind of sucks. It's not a lot of fun.
Can't do somebody else.
Out the bank?
No,
Oh,
although that has been part of the fun is because I respond with my bank signature at the bottom and they say, well, how's Tiger State Bank gonna access this thing? Okay, well, they're not. So, yeah, it's a lot of back and forth. We're getting there, but it's been painful, so.
Mhm.
But until we can get access to full credit reports, we can't check off a pretty key box of any loan application or equipment lease application, because all that stuff requires full credit. Facade loan, are we missing any docs outside of obviously being able to pull credit?
Anything else?
No, just his, application fee.
Okay. And the equipment lease that you said we were waiting on some stuff.
Yep, but he hasn't responded.
Hopefully between now and next month, we'll be able to pull credit reports in there. Try not to repeat. Railroad, we talked about a bit more on that. Public relations, anything of note, Tracy? Public relations.
No,
Did a nice job on the annual report, Tracy. That's gonna be a nice document.
thank you.
Yeah, related to a lot of stuff.
Alright, pilot updates, Best Buy had to have replied to you since Monday, right?
They,
That's all.
nothing. They, I thought you said they had.
They must have.
Yeah, oh yeah, sure.
They're past their deadline.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we have a lot of enforcement mechanisms other than a death penalty, you know, revoke their tax exemption. And give word to the Department of Taxation.
We're just trying to close it out, right? Like, I mean, it's done.
Well, the issue was, again, this business, I don't believe has ever done business in the state of New York before. I don't believe, based on what they submitted to us, that they truly understood the process and what was needed. By the time we caught that, which was in the midst of some of our staff turnover, it had already kind of snowballed. So we've made multiple requests for them to clean this up, to which there's been very little progress made. The spreadsheet that they've given to us pretty much has, I think, just about every expense of the company on it. Some wouldn't even be subject to sales tax anyway, so we can't really tell what they use the exemption on, which is somewhat challenging. They've likely overcompensated us for benefit, but we can't figure out what they used it for.
Auditors love that.
Numbers, right?
They've given, here, welcome to look at that spreadsheet, it is lengthy. And we haven't had updates on it.
So they were still, even, they did correct some of it. It's really hard to verify it still after all that time, but from January of this year to June, they haven't given us any numbers since then. So we still have 6 months for the information that needs to be completed.
But they were doing it before, so up until then.
Well,
They weren't really doing it correct.
They weren't doing correctly, and it was like pulling teeth even to get, they weren't doing it regularly every month, like.
and they've had their own
They
turnover
clearly did
issues.
not understand
How
the
they-
items to which sales tax apply.
Yeah.
So it was just a broad brush of.
Right, very
Whatever they
broad
spent.
brush.
so we don't owe them any money.
No,
Do they owe us money?
no.
So why can't we just say, see you, have a nice day?
They were done.
Well, because it's the home.
Because Joe can't finish out his legal process to formally close out the.
Joe, make it go away.
Well, okay, I'll try.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, the other thing is, though, what, you know, this
At
is,
the end of the day, they may have a problem with the Department of Taxation.
Right.
You know,
We won't.
But it won't be us.
It's not us. I mean, they're the ones that have to file the returns. And, you know, they're like any other taxpayer. They're filing for an exemption and maybe they don't have proper documentation. I can pretty much assure whoever desk this lands on, at the Department of Taxation will understand what doesn't apply and to what. And their correspondence should get a lot more attention, as you would know, than ours. They would.
Funny,
I don't know if they're
When the
aware,
comptroller calls your office.
I don't know what, right, if they're aware that we don't have really much in the way of enforcement mechanisms. A letter from the Department of Taxation, most people understand this is a problem.
and I think though, this is the first time they've gotten a letter from Joe too, right?
Yes.
Well, that carries with it great weight and.
As you can see.
As well.
As you can see,
They filed anything with New York State?
pardon,
Have they filed anything?
I mean, I assume,
We don't know.
I'm not aware really what the filings would be or wouldn't be.
Right.
But at some point, they're filing.
They must, yeah. They would have.
And,
Because they're not a retailer, I mean, they are selling, they're a bottler, Yeah, I don't.
More like a manufacturer.
Basically,
But they
Put stuff
provide,
in
they get the
cans.
cans, they put stuff in the cans and ship it out to wherever it goes.
they sell, they do, well, and
They sell the process.
they sell the process right back to whoever's gonna then distribute it.
But they indicated to us starting out that they're gonna spend this much on materials that are subject to sales tax. We don't go through those items one by one,
Right.
you know,
We gotta take their word for it.
we just have to take their word for it.
And they did pay us accordingly, I mean.
Yeah, I think
certainly
they
did not pay.
probably overcompensated us, as you've indicated, and, over-reported what they have as being subject to sales tax. I mean, it's gotta be a fair amount of manufacturing equipment.
They're including like inventory and things like that,
Yeah.
that weren't a part of the project, so that wouldn't have been like an approved.
Right.
use.
So when will it catch up with New York State? When will they?
You know
Become
better,
aware.
you know better than we do,
Right when they least expect it.
right?
I guess the question just ends up becoming is if they never respond, I mean, we can't just.
Well, I mean, I can send them another letter sometime, we ought to maybe paper our.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Just let them know, hey, we're gonna
We
send
haven't
this, we're gonna
responded.
send this to somebody
Yeah.
because you're not responding to us.
So you're gonna send them another Joe letter. What do you do the next time around one of these things comes in?
Well, the next time,
Like, what can you put in the wording from our standpoint about reporting? All right, you don't report to us, we request something, you don't report to us in 30 days, we turn it over to the tax. force.
but it's all in the documents already. It's all in the sales tax
original.
exemption letter, it's in the ST 60.
So there's a time frame when we ask for information that they have to respond to us,
Absolutely.
and they haven't.
Well,
Well,
they
responded,
did.
but they've given us, how do you wanna say this? They've obviously overestimated what their sales tax liability is.
Hmm.
They've taken the sales tax exemption on a bunch of stuff they aren't entitled to, but they may not be subject to sales tax on it.
On it in the first
Anyway,
place. They
they
should-
don't seem to have any sort of a hook or handle on the process at all.
I mean, in regards to reporting, Kevin, it should have been pretty simple. I mean, yes, it was a big project, but most of these things would have been big, large dollar amount items.
Yes.
And instead of getting a spreadsheet with pretty simple, here's our big dollar items that were, subject to the exemption, we got a plethora of data dump in a spreadsheet that.
I mean, I've never run into this problem, either here or in Broome.
Now, you would think for taxation purposes, they'd be all over this thing.
Absolutely, it's worth a lot, and, everybody else seems to be able to follow the directions and
They can't,
report accordingly.
Say that just because they're in Waverly, is that what the?
Yeah, that's really the problem. I think they went to school.
That's
there.
what I was.
That was good. Let's move it on to RE's Cafe, all right? Let's talk about some Owego problem. There ain't no problem in Owego.
just so you know, that was pretty good for an old guy. He just kicked your ass.
He's worked for them.
Well done, Joe. I'm very proud to know you.
Well,
Alright. Art East is behaving better. We got nothing new to report there. Theirs expires when? So ways, right?
We just extended it.
That's right.
Yeah, so I think it's next October.
They'll be on here, but no issue there. And then everything else on project and grant updates is the USDA, which I can't imagine there's any updates on that since Monday.
No, just, the geotech results, I think should be back by December. Should have that final.
Did they get that done?
They were doing it, the last week in November, I think, and then I reached out to Luke, but he hasn't responded.
Okay, so they were at least able to get that scheduled then. So that'll be good on that, because we'll be able to move towards getting that one put down.
we have no stress in our life at all.
Good thing, we are. are actually starting to recover a little bit financially, so you could start to even have those discussions. We kind of broke things a little bit for a while. We were hemorrhaging.
The railroad being out of business ain't gonna help.
That's not gonna help, but I mean, honestly, we've at least gotten back to the point where we can start using our ICS account again, which is good. We went, I think, over a year where we didn't even have enough liquidity to use that, so. That account's better, better shape. Anybody have any reason to go into executive session? Anybody else,
He's gotta get the highway down.
anything else for the good of the order? If not, pretty short meeting, I will look for a motion to adjourn at 5:22.
Please.
Yeah.
Shut that recording.
Anybody opposed to adjourning? Or adjourn.
Yeah.
Are we off,
I'm waiting.